and welcome to this week's collective reading. My first thoughts when pulling these cards is wow, because we have this huge blessing of Mother Mary coming in so strongly for this reading today. She's quite obviously pictured here in this card, but also here in this card. And then her being surrounded by water cards and understanding that her energy is the water energy, right? That we carry in our heart center, right? This reading is being very strongly, divinely guided, right? By this divine mother guidance that's coming through today. Which, like I said, it's a huge blessing, right? That we can feel held by as we work through the cards today. So let's start with the first card, which is of flow. And it says on this card to release control, divine will, and oceanic consciousness. And in the book for this deck, right, it continues with a couple more key ideas where it says non-attachment and to go beyond identity. So with the Six of Air that came out with this card, we have a very balancing energy introduced, right, with the polarities of life being something we can't control, but flowing through her heart center here, through her chakra system, right, her spinal column, is a rainbow light flow, right? And the suit of air is our mental space. And this card is all about finding solutions through compromise. Because rigidity would be thinking your choices are this or that. But if you can relax into the flow, right, release this need to control every aspect of the situation, you can find that the best solution at this time lies somewhere in between, right? So we just had this solar eclipse yesterday in Libra, which is why I'm bringing this up now, right? Because Libra is portrayed in the scales. It's all about harmony and balance. It's the same energy that we've got here in this card. So in a solar eclipse, right, we have this period of time where, from our perspective, the new moon covers the sun, right? And because the sun is behind the moon, we're seeing a momentary darkness, right? So you could imagine with this candle, if this was the sun, it's the moon travels in front of it, right? And in different mythologies, it was seen as a dragon or a demon. And this is coming from all around the world in different time periods. There's a lot of mythologies about the moon, you know, being some darkness that eats the sun. But the important thing to remember is that during this time, the sun's rays that would normally shine on us, right, now they're shining directly on the moon, right, the opposite side that we would normally see. And normally during the new moon period, the new moon is the dark moon, right? So normally we wouldn't see the new moon. Obviously it's still there, right? But physically we don't see it. But during the solar eclipse, right, this is a rare opportunity for us to see the new moon And it's not as a reflection of the sun's light like we would normally see it, but instead we're seeing it as a body that is blocking the sun's light, right? So metaphysically, this is a time period where we may have reflections stirring up within us of how we are blocking our own light, right? So this solar eclipse was yesterday, right? But the pull it had on our mental space and emotions, right, are very much still in effect. The waters that were stirred up haven't settled. So right now, we are being guided to weigh our pros and cons with whatever situation is heavy in your mind or on your heart, and to find that compromise that allows you to release into the flow, right? An important thing to remember right now is to stay in the flow. This is what we need, flow. And compromise may feel hard, but remember that the compromise is what allows us to stay in the flow. It's the key to your freedom. Because if you're just stuck in a standstill, right, trying to decide which way to go, you're not getting anywhere. But if you can compromise, it allows to keep you moving. And as long as you can stay in this flow, then you can reach all of your goals and beyond, right? So this brings us into the keys to your freedom. And it says in this card here, healed inner child, create inner safety, self-kindness. And in the book again, it continues to say, be kind to yourself and balance. So balance comes up again. And this card is being clarified or deepened with the sage, right? And the sage is a teacher, and he carries this energy of the importance of giving and receiving knowledge and advice. So I know this is card number 7 in this deck, but this deck doesn't follow the traditional tarot system. So this card is actually the equivalent of the Hierophant in other tarot decks. So when we say teacher, we mean this in the more traditional sense, along the lines of the Hierophant. So along with the inner child and the youth right here, right, this could certainly be pointing for some of us to be opening ourselves up to some form of learning that we may associate as a lost chance, right? Or something we may feel that we're like too old for now, but we're never too old to learn, right? This is about something that you may have always wanted to learn about, but for whatever reason, life didn't take you that way, right? But you can still make a choice to learn now and heal that part of your inner child by satisfying this need in your soul now, right? This is about conquering something that you thought you couldn't, and it will bring healing on a soul level, right? It will be a key to your freedom, right? And this is beautiful because we are being told that we have angelic assistance. And on this card, we've got divine guidance and loving support. So paired with this card, the tarot that we received today is the youth. And the youth brings in this energy of adventure, right? Living in the moment. It's the energy of the teen who's just gone to university, right? Or left home for the first time. It's this new independence and freedom of feeling like you've got like the whole world before you, and you can do and become whatever you want, right? And it's really beautiful because with this angelic assistance, you can see in the youth card, right? He's grounding it down. He's got this guiding star, and it's white and blue, just like this Mary figure, right? And he's grounding it down into the earth. He looks so sure and calm and relaxed, right? He's in a flow state for sure, because his journey is being guided by his willingness to allow himself to receive the guidance from the sage, right? And following it, right? He isn't just getting advice and having it go in one ear and out the other. He's not staying in this polarity situation. He's respecting the advice, right? He's receiving it and grounding it down into his reality by staying in this flow, right? And we're ending this reading really with the most perfect card for this reading. And on this is the River of Blessings, right? And this card, oh my God, is this rainbow showing up? There's like a rainbow up here. I really hope that the camera's picking it up, because to get this rainbow during the River of Blessings, or I'm noticing it now. Maybe it's been there for a while. I'll have to see when I watch it back. But from my perspective, there's a rainbow on the table right there. Another blessing, right? Anyway, back to the card, River of Blessings. It says on the card, releasing constraints. And this card represents a purification, right? For us to receive at this time of rebirth and new beginnings, right? The energy of what the youth is bringing in. We're being purified to enter this energy. So whatever energies have been stirred up and brought to your attention with yesterday's solar eclipse, whatever it is that you realize you were holding yourself back from, right? This is being cleansed out and released at this time. It's setting us free. And the Five of Earth, this would normally be seen as a more negative card, right? But in this placement with this card, right, it's a relieving message. So this card is all about deceit and things not being as they appear, taking easy options, right? This figure has a bit of a devilish appearance, and he's holding playing cards with the girl in the background looking a bit sorrowful, right? It's this energy of the devil inside. But this is what's being purified outside of us right now, or being purified out of us right now. And looping this back to our first cards and how we started this reading, talking about the solar eclipse and us realizing how we are deceiving ourselves, right? What aren't we seeing? How are we blocking our own light, right? This has been stirred up to the surface so that we can release it. It's like buy and be purified. So while we find our compromises, right? Remember, that's the rainbow light. The rainbow light is the compromise. It's our blessing. So while we find our compromises and release control, understand that we've cleansed out these energies that have held us back and we're ready to flow into our freedom. Trust that you are being divinely guided. So I really feel like this collective has been working really hard these past weeks, even months, right? To get to this point where we are really releasing, shifting, and moving into something greater for ourselves. And I really feel this energy right now. And honestly, I'm feeling really proud of everybody right now, right? Because this is a beautiful place to be, but it's not an easy place to get to. And I will add right now, because everything has been stirred to the surface, right? I do want to add that you might not actually feel like you're in a great place at this moment, right? You might feel like it's hard to connect with this message today, because when you're in the thick of how you block your own light, right, it's easy to feel low, because you might actually still be stuck in this or that energy. You know, we're trying to find our flow right now. So even if you're feeling really stagnant and stuck right now, or actually especially if you're feeling really stagnant and stuck, let this reading be a beacon of light in knowing that this is all happening for you, right? And that this releasing into this energy will be freeing. It will be freeing for you. Beautiful, beautiful message this week. Like I said, I'm so proud of all of you. I feel like this collective is really made up of some serious spiritual warriors, right? And you are such a special group. I feel so honored to channel through these messages for you. Have an amazing week. I do want to add in, actually, I'm going on holiday for a couple of weeks starting this week. So I'm going to be taking my personal readings out of stock on my website. So if you're wanting a personal reading, they will be put back in stock and available in November. I will be bringing decks with me to continue with the collective readings while I'm away. And I do also post a midweek reading every week on my Instagram as well, which is also Nath's Garden, same spelling as it is here on YouTube, right? So you guys will still be hearing from me, but I'm not really sure how in touch I will be otherwise while I'm away. So just a little heads up. But yeah, I am so proud of you all. Enjoy this time. And I will be back soon with another reading. Thank you.